So let's go ahead and get started just by finding a comfortable seat. And you know that it's up to you as to what that looks like. It can be legs crossed, legs open, however best serves your lower back in particular. I like to get my hips actually a little higher than my knees, just so that the knees can drop and the hip flexors can relax a bit. Of course, your core engages, that belly button and solar plexus gently pull in. Maybe you roll the shoulders back. If your sits bones aren't actually grounded, you move the flesh of your butt away. And then I'd invite you to at least gentle the eyes halfway closed. If you feel that it's appropriate and safe to close your eyes completely, perhaps you choose that. As you close those eyes, you might notice right away that your attention starts to turn inward. Start to notice perhaps your breath, perhaps the way that the body feels this morning. You might notice various things popping into your headspace. As that happens, you have all kinds of options. You can either run with those thoughts, which I think is what we typically do all day long. The mind's just taking us on various journeys each day. Or you could choose to observe those thoughts, almost like you're just witnessing them. They kind of pop in. Some people will say it's like clouds that float through the sky. Another option you have is to almost notice, but then choose to not attend to thoughts and focus more on the breath. If that's your choice this morning, I'd encourage you to lengthen the breath so that the belly fills and the belly empties. We've been working with a pelvic bowl, just understanding that there is, to a large degree, what is called like the visceral or the second brain, the gut brain, down there in that pelvic fold that is, of course, comprised of our intestines and the enteric nervous system. But just knowing that if you relax that whole area and you use the breath to soften, that helps you pull your awareness from your head brain, your cerebral cortex. It helps you pull it into the body. And so maybe you choose to be softening the pelvic floor, letting it relax as your body breathes for you this morning. Settling into your space, yoga at home, the Zoom format being very different than in person. It definitely requires a bit more attention on our part, even more dedication to be here together instead of doing whatever you do throughout your normal day. Maybe as your body breathes, you just offer a little gratitude towards yourself for making this hour a part of your day. An awareness that taking care of your mind and your body and your energy or your soul is a priority. If there's anything in particular that you need this morning, allow that to just be known in your awareness. Sometimes it's literally these moments of stillness where things come forward and we just know what it is we need. We hear the direction of our own higher self. With your next inhale, bring your palms together, tuck your thumbs right in at the heart. Potentially your chin bows towards the chest. In that place where you just acknowledge your intention. Of course, your hands positioned in a symbolic way that connects by your thumbs, your heart, your fingers to your head, your heart and head united. Take a big breath in. And with your exhale, let your hands drop to your lap. Weave your fingers together. And let that chin drop down all the way down to the chest. Let the shoulders soften. Feeling the belly again, feeling the softness of the pelvic bowl. And with an inhale, your arms with the elbows bent will lift up overhead. Your head will either come to center, maybe even rock back and open the throat a little. Your exhale will drop the arms down and tuck that chin down. Inhaling to lift the arms, open the throat. Exhaling, let the arms fall down, the chin tuck down. Inhaling to lift, open your throat. Exhaling to lower. And you're just going to keep going your own breath as it is your guide as to how fast or how slow you move. Letting those shoulder blades slide across the back body. Those arm bones move in the shoulder sockets. We know this is barrel breath, just a bit of a shoulder opener, warming the neck. Next time your arms are down, go ahead and let them just rest in your lap. Your chin will tuck all the way down to your chest if it's not. Your hands really can be wherever you want them, just so that they're comfortable. And with an inhale, you'll roll the right ear up and over to the right shoulder. Exhaling to roll your chin down to the chest. Inhaling, left ear rolls up and over to left shoulder. Exhaling, chin rolls to the chest. Again to the right. Exhale, chin rolls to the chest. And back to the left. Your breath initiating and guiding that movement. The shoulders soft, soft as can be. And pelvic bowl soft. And that's a little tricky to keep the core engaged and the pelvic bowl soft. You probably have to play with it a bit. Next time chin is tucked, let it stay tucked. And inhale, we'll bring our head to center. We'll open our eyes if they're not and just roll around, find all fours, meeting right at tabletop. When you've got your knees under your hips, your hands under your shoulders, you'll engage the belly. You're setting up for cat-cow. Taking a breath in. Use your exhale, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, arch the back. Inhaling, tailbone lifts, throat collarbone opens for cow. Exhale, tuck it back to cat. Inhaling forward to cow. Exhale to cat. Just go back and forth a couple times, your breath, guiding your movement again. Nice. Big breaths, purposeful movements. I'm free to stop anywhere along the way and hold it for a breath or two. Good. Next time you're coming through neutral, let's pause so that we're just at all fours. Taking a breath in, move your knees apart a bit, and then exhale to send your butt back towards your heels. Find your child's pose. Let your hips shift a little side to side. Almost like you're acknowledging some tension maybe and working it out. Good. Next, inhale, slide forward back to tabletop. Roll over your knees a hair. Open those hips. Exhale, send those hips back like you're coming to child's pose. Inhale forward. Open those hips. Exhale back. Your hips are hinging. They're closing. Inhaling forward, and you go back and forth, totally your pace. Just warming those hips a bit. Notice that your movement is connected and initiated actually by your breath. Awesome. Next time we're back in child's pose, we're going to hang out there. So move as far apart as they need to be. Do what you like to do with your arms. Some of you, I know, wrap them around. Others tuck them in between. Relax the shoulders. Relax the neck. And then see if you can relax that pelvic bowl. And sometimes people will say pelvic floor. Last week we talked about more specific body parts that we're actually softening, like the perineum, and we're trying to really relax that whole part of the body. Nice, just a few more breaths. Awesome, if your arms are wrapped around your legs, go ahead and bring them forward. And inhale is going to take you to tabletop. Your knees will move back so that they're underneath your hips. Let's go ahead and bring our right arm up and out to the side. Just stretch it out. We'll take a breath in and then use our exhale to weave it behind the left so you can thread that needle. Your head will come down, that right ear, right cheek to the earth. And then you choose what you want to do with your left arm. Some of you keep it there, some of you stretch it out. Whatever works is just fine, but you're letting the shoulders have your attention again. I'm just gonna warm our body a bit. We'll get to a place where we do perhaps a couple sun salutations, and then we'll work on some more specific links for that body. So next, Inhale. You're going to engage, lift your torso up, unweave that right arm, stretch it out to the side, and then exhale, plant the hand back underneath the shoulder. Inhaling, left arm is up and out to the side. Exhale, weave it behind the right, plant your left shoulder, plant your left cheek. Decide where and how you want that right arm. Then connect with your breath. Feel the pelvic bowl soften. Feel the shoulders soften. This body, if it is, for now, what we know to be ours, it changes. Of course it changes, it ages. Sometimes it pleases us, sometimes it disappoints us, and we learn to just roll with that. Next inhale, you're going to engage, lift up, and weave that left hand, stretch it out to the side. Then exhale, plant hand under shoulders. So now both of your hands are under your shoulders. Your right knee is going to step back maybe like 3 inches, perhaps 4. Your right hand is going to find your right ear or the back of your head. And you're just going to twist your torso or your shoulders towards the right, just a hair. And then bring it back so you're level with the floor. Inhaling to twist and open. Exhaling, you're level with the floor. Inhale, twist and open. Exhale, level with the floor. Take a breath in. Exhale that hand so it's back under the shoulder. Knees both move under our hips. We turn the other knee back a couple inches. Bring our left hand to our head. Take a breath in. Exhale to twist and open a bit to the left. Bringing it back over our mat. We'll twist and open. Back over our mat. Twist and open. Come back over your mat. You'll do one more time. Twist and open. Back over your mat. Your hand to the earth. So hands are under shoulders, knees are under hips. Let's spread our knees out really wide, like wide as our mats perhaps. Our feet will move together. We'll send our butt back towards our heels, and let's just use the arms to push that butt back. Your ears might just stay between your upper arms. You're feeling the inner thighs, the back of the hips. Taking some big breaths. Perhaps reminding yourself of your intention this morning. What is it that your being needs today? Next inhale, come on up. Move those knees back so they're under the hips. And we did this on Wednesday, but let's do it again just for the link today. We'll let our right foot kick out, be our little kickstand. Let the left leg lengthen. It's down on the floor. You're going to roll to the inside edge of that back foot. Stack your hips, stack your shoulders. And now you're pretty much set up for like a low half moon. You'll bring your arm to the ceiling and then drop it to the side. And we're just using this to lengthen that entire left side body. And so I push down to the outside edge of my straight leg and then lift the hip, the left hip towards the ceiling. Left shoulder rolls back and down, and my left fingers are just reaching. And we're taking some big breaths. Nice. Inhale that top arm to the ceiling. Exhale the hand to the hips. Stay right here for a sec. Engage your core and lift that straight leg up so now it's level with the hip. And that is your low half moon. You could bring your arm back up if you want. But just feeling your body's strength. You might even feel those muscles in your side body, appreciating this body that holds you all day, carries you where you need to be. Good, let that straight leg come down. You're gonna unstack your hips, unstack your shoulders, but keep that leg straight, your toes on the ground. Press your heel back behind you and let that stretch the back of your leg. Awesome, breath in. Breath out, you'll bring both knees so they're under the hip. Left foot now is your kickstand. Right leg lengthens as you roll to the side of that foot. Your hips stack, your shoulders stack. Top arm to the ceiling. Then down alongside that ear. Maybe you press the outside edge of your right foot into the mat. You pretend like your right hip could lift towards the ceiling. You roll your right shoulder back and down and you reach with those right fingers. And that side body all of a sudden gets long, long, long. Good, inhale, top arm to the ceiling. Exhale that hand to the hip. Your core should still be engaged so that you can just lift that right leg up, level with your hip, and you've got your low half moon. Good, arm could lift up if you want it there. Nice, if arm is up, bring it down. You're gonna bring your straight leg down. Unstack your hips, unstack your shoulders, but keep your right leg straight, your toes on the ground, and push that heel back so you can get your right calf, right Achilles tendon. Take a breath in. Exhale, the knee will move back under the hip. Your toes will tuck. Take a breath in. Exhaling, hips are up and back. And you're in down dog where perhaps your feet are gonna pedal. Maybe you're on and off your toes a couple times, noticing that your ears are right between your upper arms. Nice big breaths. Let's lift our right leg to the ceiling. Let it just reach high as it goes. Your hips level for now. Level as can be. Take a breath in. Exhale, let that right foot come down. If you need to drop it to child's pose, relax the shoulders for a sec, do so. If not, you're just in down dog, taking big, purposeful breaths, appreciating the body's capacity to breathe, appreciating your mind, appreciating this day. If you're in child's pose, engage, come back to all fours. Take a breath in, use your exhale, get up and back to your down dog. We'll all use an inhale to get that left leg up. It reaches towards the ceiling. Your hips stay level though. You feel the breath. Nice, inhale. Exhale, drop that foot to the earth. Let's take a breath in. Use our exhale, drop our knees to the earth. Take a breath in. Exhale, slide it back to child's pose. Let your forehead rest either on the ground, stacked hands, wherever you wish to be. Arms might wrap around those legs. You're trying to soften the shoulders. Nice, soft pelvic bowl. This is your body, this practice for it, this practice for your mind. And when we connect mind and body very often, it's far easier to acknowledge the energy within us, or to hear and attend to that part of us that is perhaps spirit or soul. Good, just another couple breaths here. With an inhale, bring your arms forward. Next inhale, come on back to tabletop. Tuck your toes, take a breath in, make sure you're engaged. Exhale up and back to your down dog. Inhaling, our right leg will lift to the ceiling. This time we're gonna flip our dog. So we'll bend the knees, the top knee, will stack and open that hip so that your right foot is just like kind of dangling at your butt. Nice, one more breath. Extra inhale. Exhale to unstack those hips. Bring that right foot to the earth. If you wish, find your child's pose for a sec. Otherwise, you're just in down dog. One more breath. Your child's pose will turn into all fours. Your all fours will turn into down dog. And an inhale, we'll get our left leg up. We'll bend the left knee, stack and open our hips to the left. Nice job. Take big breath. Extra inhale, and an exhale to unstack those hips. Take a breath in and down dog. Exhale to get to all fours. Breath in, breath out. Find your child's pose. Relax those shoulders. Soften the pelvic bowl. Nice big breath. Then an inhale brings your arms forward. An inhale will bring you to tabletop. Tucking your toes again. Let's come up and back to our down dog, just so that we can walk the feet forward or the hands back. However you find forward fold. Tuck your chin in. Soften those shoulders again. Your knees are bent enough that you can rest the belly right on those thighs. Maybe sway a little with the torso. This is one of these great poses to lengthen back of our legs, to lengthen the back body. Next inhale, slide yourself halfway up, create your flat back, hold it here. Take a couple breaths where you're just breathing, lengthening through the crown of the head, reaching back with the thigh bones and the hip sockets. Remember, if you had a wall that's free at home, you could bring your arms up and you could be pressing back through that. That's an excellent one for length. Can't wait till we're back and we have wall space. Breath in. Breath out, find your forward fold. Tuck your chin in. I'm assuming most of us are towards the back of our mats, but we're gonna bend our knees and we're gonna walk either the hands forward or the feet back so we can find plank. And it's up to you whether your plank is high or low. Just do what protects and is safe for your lower back. Your belly button, your solar plexus are tucked in. If you're in high plank, before you lower, you want to shift your weight forward. Then we'll bend the elbows, let them graze our ribs, come all the way to the earth. Inhaling to find your cobra. Roll those shoulders back, tuck your elbows in tight, and then let your torso move to the right and to the left as your hips stay grounded on your earth. Nice, just side to side, totally your pace. Nice big breath. Good. Head will come to the middle. You can stack your hands if you wish, but drop your head to the earth. Relax your belly. Relax your shoulders. As your belly breathes, feel it press into the earth. And inhale, we'll lift our head, slide our hands mid-chest level, your elbows hugged right in. Use an inhale, come on back to cobra. This time, push through the arms, come to the knees. Let your toes tuck, your knees and your hips will go up and back, and you're at your down dog. Big breath. Inhaling to let our hands walk back towards our feet. Just doing it a little different today. Tuck your chin at your forward fold. Inhale halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, arms out like wings. Inhale to come all the way up, arms up too. Exhale, hands together and down to heart. Inhale to lift up, your arms reach to your ceiling. Exhale, bend the knees, hinge the hips. Find your forward fold, tuck your chin in. Inhale halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, walk your hands forward all the way to plank. Knees up, knees down, whatever serves your body best. Breath in, breath out, your elbows bend, you lower to the earth. Inhale to find your cobra. Exhale to push up and back to your down dog. Take a breath. Inhaling our hands, walk back to our feet. We tuck the chin in our forward fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, arms out like wings. Come all the way up. Exhale, hands together, right on down to your heart. One more time. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold. Inhaling halfway. Exhaling to fold. Inhale, walk those hands forward. Find your plank. Breath in. Breath out to lower to your earth. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Take a breath. Inhaling, hands walk back to your feet. Find your forward fold. You're gonna stay here a couple extra breaths. Super good for our nervous system, for calming. Lowers our heart rate. Relaxes the shoulders. Inhaling to come halfway up, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, arms out like wings. Come all the way up. Hands come together and they slide right to your heart. Let your arms drop, close your eyes for a sec. Feel your breath. If your feet are not right into your hips, feel free to wiggle, get them where you think that they need to be. And not by looking, but by feeling. So funny, we as humans, we rely so much on like the senses that we can almost like analyze with our head instead of feel with our body. Good. When you're ready, open those eyes again. We're gonna step forward with the right foot quite a lot so that we can turn the back foot and plant it like we're setting up for a warrior. And let's set up for warrior two, so you know that your hips and your torso are turned towards the left. You're bending that front knee as much as you wish, but you're ensuring that it stays right in line with those front toes, like right over top of your ankle. And of course, if you want arms up, let those arms lift up. And sink a little more. Let it stretch your inner thighs and those muscles across the back of the hip. Feeling body, feeling breath. Good, we'll bring the back arm forward. Let our hips shift, our shoulders shift. Bring our arms up so we meet in warrior one. Nice big breath. Take another breath in. Exhale, move it back, warrior two. Awesome. Straighten the front leg. Let that right arm come down because you hinge at that right hip. Finding your toe. Shoulders stacked. Remember, as much weight in both legs, so that back leg has as much as the front. Next, inhale, micro bend to that front knee, sweep it up to warrior two, drop the back hand to the back leg, rock it back, either to reverse warrior, which would mean your front knee stays bent, or reverse triangle, front leg straightens. Good, think about this side body, this right side is what's allowing you to be long here. Inhaling, bring it up, and exhale back to warrior two. Inhale, exhale, cartwheel your hands, your arms down, roll to the toes of the back foot, and let's hop our back foot forward so that we meet yet again in forward fold. Chin tuck in, shoulders soft. If anything here is reaching, it's though your heart is reaching for your thighs. Next inhale, slide halfway up, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, arms out like wings so you can inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands together, right down to heart. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, bend the knees, hinge the hips, find your forward fold. You're gonna step back with your left foot. So now you're in high lunge, your left heel, the back heel is right over the back toes. Inhaling, lift it up to a high lunge, and your hands don't have to be up. They could be at the hips, they could be at heart. It's super tricky, I know, we're balancing. Awesome, so from here, we're gonna move to a warrior three, and I would invite you to keep your hands, hips, and heart, keep them close to the midline. I don't know, it's easier to maintain balance a little bit. So we're shifting way forward, hopping that back foot forward until we can lift it up, trying to create a parallel body with the earth. And you've got your good old warrior three. Nice job. Let your hands move towards the earth. You'll keep that leg up. Maybe you'll reach it to the ceiling a bit. Take a breath in and then drop it back down so you're set up for a lunge. Drop your knee to the earth, back knee, and bring that front foot back so you're in all fours. When you're in all fours, let those hips wiggle a bit, side to side. Let the head and the neck move. Tuck those toes in, engage the core. Inhale, use your exhale, get up and back to your down dog. And inhale, we'll walk those hands back to your feet so we can meet forward fold. Inhaling halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale to come all the way up. Exhale, hands together, down to heart. Let the arms drop, close the eyes for a sec. Again, feel this body. Feel this earth beneath the feet. Good. opening our eyes then, we're gonna step forward with the left foot so that we can set up for warrior two on this side. So stretch out those legs as far or as wide of a stance as needed. Watch that front knee. It wants to come in towards the middle of your body, but you're gonna push it out so it stays in line with the toes. Your torso, your shoulders will turn towards the right. And if you wish, your arms are up. So you're sinking in as is appropriate for those hips, for those inner thighs. Inhale. With an exhale, bring that back arm forward. Let your hips, your shoulders turn. Inhaling, the arms come up. You're now in warrior one. Breath in. Breath out, I'll shift you back. Warrior two. And inhale, we'll straighten your front leg. You're gonna hinge at that front hip so you can bring your left hand down to that left shin. Or maybe it goes to your ankle, maybe it goes to your toes, wherever. Your shoulders are stacked though. Nice job. Bend that front knee. Use an inhale, lift yourself up, warrior two. Inhale and exhale to cartwheel down. Roll to the toes of the back foot. Drop the back knee. Bring the front foot back so your knees are both under your hips. Let those hips wiggle side to side. Let your head turn side to side. Meeting back at all fours. We'll inhale, tuck the toes, get ourselves up. I think we went about this the wrong way. I'm sorry. We need to bring our left foot forward. We did high lunge before I went down is what we did. So we're gonna catch up. Your hands can come to your front knee, so your left leg's in front, bringing your torso up. Awesome. Our arms can be up, our hands could be at heart, but we're preparing to move to warrior three. So when you're ready, shift your weight forward, hop that back foot forward a little. Your belly, everything's engaged so you can lift that leg up, bring your torso parallel with the earth. And you've got your warrior three. Nice job. Inhale. Exhale to drop your hands to the earth. Maybe that back toe lifts way high towards the ceiling. Take a breath in. Exhale, drop that foot back like you're in your lunge. Inhale. Exhale, drop your knee down and tuck your toes and bring that front foot back so you're in all fours. We're sending our butt back towards our heels, finding a child's pose. Shoulders soft. Belly soft. Good. Arms, if they're wrapped around your legs, let them come forward. We'll inhale, come on up to tabletop. Get your knees so they're under the hips. Wiggle your hips again. Let your head turn. We're gonna come up for one more like flipped dog. It's totally up to you whether you participate in that, or I suppose if you're really feeling like it, you could move it to wild thing. I would just really invite you to be aware of lower back. So when you're ready, toes tuck. You're lifting up and back to your down dog, getting your hips high, getting them back. And inhale, we'll lift the right leg up. You'll bend the knee, stack and open the hip. And if you're doing wild thing, this is where you let that right foot drop down and behind you. Your left arm reaches up, or alongside the ear, and you push your hips up and towards the ceiling. Good. If you're in wild thing, to unwind, it's as though you've got to restack those hip shoulders, roll back around, and then everybody will unstack their dog, bring their foot to the earth, either resting in down dog or child's pose. Nice job. If you're in child's pose, come on back to tabletop. You'll get the knees, the hips up and back to down dog so that we can all lift the left leg, bend the knee, stack and open the hips. If you're rolling it to wild thing, that left leg will drop back and down behind you. Left arm lifts to the ceiling alongside the ear, and those hips, they lift high towards the ceiling. Good. If you're in wild thing, unwind it. All of us will unstack our hips, bring it back to down dog. Take a breath in. Exhale, knees down, back to child's pose. Nice practice. Shoulders soft. Belly soft. And invite you to check in with your body. Identifying where else you might need to go this morning. What else might this body, this mind, this being, what does it need? Good. One more breath. If your arms are wrapped, bring them forward. An inhale will bring us to tabletop. And from tabletop, let's send our knees to the left so that we can bring our right hip all the way to the ground. And we're gonna do just a bit of, it is like a restorative type practice. If you have your blankets, your pillows, whatever nearby, you might have them there for cushion. But in this one, you know where we're headed. We're just bringing the chest towards the earth. And I stack my arms so that like I have a pillow for my head, but you're trying to get your chest on the ground. A lot of the time, the head needs to turn to the side, but just making your way towards the earth. And if you do have a pillow, it, what'd you say? It like lessens the intensity of the twist, which might feel really good. So when you get yourself settled, you could close your eyes again. Just did quite a lot of movement. It's funny, sometimes in this class we move very little, other times we move a lot. Like either way, we're strengthening muscles, we're working on our flexibility or length, like Linda said. And feel your shoulders relax. As always, if the brain starts thinking, remember the options we talked about in the beginning where you can choose to just roll with the thoughts, let them guide you, or you can witness them, where you're just observing, and the thoughts just come in and then they move on out as the brain thinks of something more, something different. Or you can choose to focus your awareness elsewhere. One of the easiest places is the breath. The glory of focusing on the breath as it is within you instead of outside of you. You're gonna bring your hands so that they're at mid-chest level. Engage your core. Use those hands and those arms to push your torso up. Your core is still engaged. It'll help your butt come up. So you can walk those knees to the right and let your left hip come down. You'll move your bolster or whatever you've got over. Your torso twist, so like your chest is right over top of your mat. And then you're slowly lowering down onto your pillows. Maybe your left ear finds your pillow. However you land, you're just trying to soften and relax. Aware of breath. Aware of that soft pelvic bowl. This hour where you take care of you. Good. You might notice that the twist stimulates digestion. A lot of us, when we've maybe kind of eaten something that doesn't serve our body well, or maybe had alcohol or whatever, if we don't normally consume it, we use these twists just as a way of cleansing the body a bit. Sometimes it's even just energetic if we're feeling cruddy. Got a few more breaths. Wherever you've got your hands, bring them back so they're at mid-chest level. Your hands, your arms are what's gonna push you up to a seated position or to all fours so you can get to a seated position. And if you're not at the top of your mat, crawl forward before you get to your butt, just so that we can all meet on our butts with our feet out in front of us. And let's go ahead and bend our knees when we get there. Your hands can come down behind you, a little behind your hips, just so you've got support. And we just want to let our knees rock a bit from side to side, like windshield wipering them. Letting the earth push into those muscles across the butt. We'll move from our hands to our forearms. And that'll change where the earth is pressing, right? More on the back of the hips. Your knees just windshield wipering. And then from the forearms all the way down so you're on your back body, your arms can move so your shoulders relax. But let those knees just rock side to side. Let your back body be massaged by the ground. Maybe you stop one side or another. Maybe you decide to let the top knee be your leader, where like your legs, just for example, your legs are dropped at the right, and so you let your left leg lead. Your legs are open just for a sec, but your bottom leg catches, and then both land to the left. Just whatever it is you need. Good, and take just a couple more breaths doing this windshield wiper. And then we'll meet with our knees in the middle so that we can draw the right knee in towards the torso, the hands to the knee, and give it a squeeze in. Maybe a rocket side to side. If you want your left leg straight, it'll straighten. Good. Switching legs. When you're ready, it would be the left one in, the right one down or out. Maybe your knees side to side or figure eighting. Next exhale, you'll drop that left foot. Both your knees will be bent so the soles of your feet are on the earth. And then you'll just rock the pelvis. So it's like you tuck the tailbone between the legs, and then you rock the tailbone back and down into the earth, and it lifts your lower back off the ground. Then you tuck it between your legs. It pushes your lower back to the ground. Rock it back and forth just a few times. And then right hip will lift up off the ground by pushing your right foot into the earth. It lifts up maybe an inch or two, then it rocks down. Left hip rocks up, rocks down, side to side. You're doing your hip rockers. Oh. Nice. Nice. Good. Maybe back here. Your windshield wiper. Good. Knees will move into our chest, hands to our knees. Just rocking side to side a little. Any last release you know your body appreciates, go there. Eventually, stretching out for our final pose, our Shavasana. When you get legs stretched out, wiggle around to know that you can get those shoulders relaxed. Some of us like to tuck our shoulder blades, so there's a little cushion. And then I know as far as lengthening our legs, if we reach with our heels a little bit, and then roll those feet out and open, it helps open the hips a bit more. Your eyes are closed. Your face soft. Maybe so soft that you even release the jaw. And you let the tongue drop from the roof of the mouth down. Again, your shoulders will soften. And your belly will soften. You might imagine your spine. Note where it's connected to your earth. And then soften the back body like that earth is going to hold you. Relax your butt, your hips, and then those legs, front and back of your thighs, all the way down, so that our feet can be soft. Remembering that of everything we do in yoga, it's our stillness that is most magical. This place where we relax on purpose, not because we need to go to bed, but because we're choosing to allow ourselves to be in this state where the world just goes on around us, and we choose to be still. No doubt your brain will think. When it does, bring your awareness to the breath. And feel the rise and the fall of your belly. Feel the way that the exhale can relax your body, almost like it can make it heavier, make it sink towards the earth. Awareness back to breath if it's not. Lengthening our breath this time so that the inhale and the exhale are both very purposeful. Moving the awareness to your feet, to your hands, just so you can wiggle a little. Wake that body. If it needs one more stretch, the arms will go to the ceiling and they'll drop alongside the ears. Your knees can bend, your hips shift so that the knees fall and you let your body roll to a side. Breath or two on your side body. And then use your hands, your arms, let those be what pushes you up to a seated position. Once you get to your seat, you'll close your eyes. And the last thing that we're going to do this morning is let the corners of our lips turn up. And so it's as though you're smiling. You're sitting here, there in your home, all by yourself or with your best buddy, allowing yourself to smile. Noticing at first it might feel, I don't know, it's like forced. But as you smile, those chemicals within you, they shift. And that forced smile becomes real. Those feel-good chemicals within your body move. And you feel good. Bringing your palms together. Let your thumbs tuck in at your heart. Your chin might bow towards your chest. Gratitude this morning for your presence here. Your patience for the noise of a a small being. This part of me that is present in stillness, this witness in me honors the witness in you. Namaste. Thank you, guys.